Well, I've mowed my garden. I still have to get the rock piles out of the middle rows here, which I think I'll do another time. I need to get working on that camper, gutting it out, and get all the rocks out of the middle, and then I can finish mowing down the middle rows, and then I'll put cardboard down. I can put cardboard down here for now, or I've done it, and I think I'll do that right away. And that'll greatly help diminish the amount of weeds and junk that I got growing and trying to take over the garden. So I think I'm actually going to do that right now. Toss a couple rocks on it to hold it in place. Now I don't have enough time to mulch. I don't have enough wood to mulch. It takes a lot of wood. So I'll get to that another time after the construction is done. The tiny house on wheels, if you're new to the channel, is going to be on that camper frame, which I'm gutting out. And I've worked a deal with a neighbor to take away everything. I want everything gone except for the frame. I was wondering what happened to him today. There's something on my camera. Alright, yeah, I was wondering what happened to my friend today. He's an hour and a half late, which is odd. Something's worries me because his truck is there, but he's not. He's not the healthiest of people, but so I'm stripping this down. Hopefully today I'll have it finished. If he shows up, I plan to have this completely done today, stripping this down to the bare metal frame of the trailer. Maybe if not today, then tomorrow. It depends on the weather too. It's been so hot recently. Right now I've got a nice, cool, comfortable breeze, so I'm going to throw that cardboard in the garden and get to work stripping this out. And whatever's not burnable, my neighbor with the truck is taking away. Anything burnable, I'll just burn right here on site and be done with it. And breaking it up, putting it in the little burn barrel. Catching those wires and it's done. Well, the old off-grid homestead doesn't look very pretty anymore. I got garbage all over the place out here. I regret not having recorded this, but I just flipped over the roof upside down. What I did, you can see the rope still coiled up right here. What I did is my friend was here with this truck. He's got a load of scrap metal right now, he's taking it in. Well, I tied the rope to the bumper of his truck. He doesn't want to be on video, so that's why I didn't record, but I could have recorded this coming down. Would have been cool to see. Anyway, I got underneath and I pushed from that side, pushing upwards, while he pulled, and it flipped right over nice and smooth and easy. So that's out of my way. He's done for the day. He's going to run that metal in and come back tomorrow. So that's going to sit. That's going to stay right there. But now I've got, my goal is to have this frame exposed today. Completely stripped down to the bare trailer frame today. And now I can do it. I definitely can get it done now. It's going to require some work with a sawzall because although the floor was rotted through, look, there were chipmunks and mice living in my floor. It's disgusting. This is what insulation looks like after mice have been living in it. These bolts are going to have to get cut off. This goes through the framing of the RV floor, and I'll have to use my sawzall and cut these off all the way across wherever they are, because they're rusted. They're not going to be coming apart. Now here's what my floor looked like underneath the plywood. That was my floor, and then the previous owners just put plywood down on top of nothing. It was a disgusting mess. That's why you heard me creaking all the time when I walked on this. So horrible. Well, I'm gonna have lunch and then I'll come back and finish cleaning off this wood and peel off the plywood floor. And well, I gotta take the couch off. And I'll have it stripped out today. Baby cat's enjoying her box. The last box I got from Amazon. That's where she sleeps now. My baby cat with my printer cable and my phone charging cable, or my camera charging cable. At least she doesn't chew on cables like a rabbit would. Hi baby cat, you like your box? Say hi to the people. Is that how you say hi? You blink? She's cute. Hi, this is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Sitting here in my beautiful off-grid camper. What's left of it. This is my home. This is where I lived. This is where I used to sleep. This is all that's left of my home now. The reason we didn't take this off actually is because I couldn't get to the bolts and they're rusted on, and all my batteries were drained today. I burnt through the batteries today with that Ryobi sawzall. Didn't do any recording though because I had a friend over, the guy with the truck. My neighbor with the truck was taking all the scrap metal, taking it away as we worked, and he doesn't want to be on camera. So it would have been really cool though if I had showed that roof coming off. I should have thought of that, but it's done now. What's done is done. I really had hoped to finish stripping this down today to the bare frame, and I could have. I certainly had enough time to do so, but the heat got to me. I still have a pounder of a headache. I drank and drank and drank and drank. What people don't understand is if you're not heat tolerant, the heat will get you down. It's heat. It doesn't matter how much you drink. I drank and drank and drank today. It's the heat. I've got a bad headache from the heat today. But I was way better than I used to be. I think Australia helped me a lot. It toughened me up. because I don't think we'd have got this much done this morning otherwise. So maybe I'll finish gutting this out tomorrow. It shouldn't be too much work. It should be half a day in the morning hours to get this floor off and the sofa. And then I plan on painting the frame of this trailer. It seems to be fine. I think the trailer frame is going to be perfectly fine. And it was protected from all the rot that was on top of it by, there's a sheet of plastic underneath the whole trailer that stopped moisture from coming up from the bottom. It had a dual purpose of keeping the rot from the top from rotting the frame of the trailer. So the frame looks good from what I've seen. We'll get to that. Now, I have up to this time not ever really asked anybody for help for anything, but I've got a couple points to bring up. One, I have given this a lot of thought and consideration, and based on comments and suggestions from my viewers, I think I should have help framing this. The floor I can do, no big deal. The flooring I'll do this week. I'll have the new floor of my tiny house on this frame. That's not a problem. I'm going to use treated lumber. I'll have aluminum flashing on the bottom to stop rodents and ants from getting up through the bottom, stop from chewing through the floor. Treated 2x6s for the framing, and then I'm going to drop in rock wool insulation, and then I'll have my flooring, which is going to be 3/4 inch tongue and groove plywood underlayment. I think that's the word for it. Forgive me if I'm wrong. That I can do. That's not a big deal. But framing that walls, here's where I'd like to ask somebody's help. If you're nearby this area, I'm between Middletown and Newburgh in New York. If you're in the area and you have experience as a carpenter in framing, please contact me if you'd like to help here. I need one volunteer to help me to do it right. I've really given this a lot of thought and got a lot of advice from people on YouTube. Thank you, everybody. I have learned a ton from everybody about tiny homes, about framing, carpentry. Some people are being particular about the words and terms I use. Well, thank you. Never said I was an expert. But I am now asking for help. If somebody would like to come out here, I'm thinking it's going to be raining a lot this week, so I'm thinking probably have to play it by ear. Maybe Saturday. If we can get the framing up, the walls up, and the roof framing by Saturday, I'll be happy. I can do the rest myself. So let me know if you're interested in coming out here. Please email me, info@thediyworld.com. I'll put the link on the bottom. Please let me know. One more thing I'd like to ask your advice, everybody out there, is what you think. To this day, I've never asked, as I said, for anything really on video from my viewers. But I'm wondering, many people have suggested I go to a crowdfunding platform to fund this. Building a house takes money, and I am wondering if I should go this way or not. I have a donate link on my website, but I never really, there's ants everywhere. I never really openly asked for help before, so I'm wondering, I want to know what you guys think. Should I go to a crowdfunding platform? Should I just take my time and plug along and make it a longer project? Because this is where I'm sleeping in winter, if I get the place legal and get all the paperwork sorted out. But this is going to be my home. So I've got to figure this out. I've got to figure a way to make this happen before winter. It's going to be insulated, 2x4 structure with real insulation, insulated floor, insulated roof, double pane windows. So please let me know what you think, which way I should go to make this work. Love to hear from you. So I'm going to go in and work on the computer and process some videos. I've got some exciting video work for you. Of course, by the time you've seen this, you'll have seen that. But I hope to catch up on all the videos and get on top of things. So thanks a lot, guys. See you all later.